I guess I'm somewhat a slave to my product. I care about every millimeter on my shoes. I care about the materials and the colors I'm using. I care about the heel heights of my shoes. That's what motivates me to keep going. Yeah, I'm Jerome Rousseau. I'm a shoe designer. When I was a teenager, there was a band on MTV called Delight. Back then I was obsessed with music. I still am, I guess. They had a hit at the time with a song called Grooves in the Heart, and the video clip was this multicolor, gorgeous thing. It was quite spectacular. The men and the women in the video clip were wearing platform shoes. I fell in love with those shoes quite spontaneously, and I started sketching them in my art classes in high school. That evolved into me sketching my own designs, and eventually that's all I wanted to do. What's important for me as a designer is to design collections that are distinctive, that are new, that haven't been seen before. I love collections that have a strong point of view. And more importantly, point of view that reflects the things that have inspired me over the last 6 months or a year before I designed that collection. The design process is obviously the most exciting part of being a designer. I initially start with sketching a lot of shoes, a lot of different ideas. I usually do that for a few weeks, every day until I'm tired, till I can't keep going anymore. So after a few weeks of doing that, I end up with some strong ideas that I rework into a collection that eventually reflects the theme and the inspiration that I have for that specific season. Editing your initial designs is one of the most difficult parts of the design process. It hurts a lot to do that. There are shoes that you love, but they don't necessarily sit well with the rest of the collection or with the message you're trying to say that season. That hurts a lot as a designer. There are things that you don't want to let go of, but ultimately they just don't sit with what you're working on that season. Well, every young entrepreneur makes mistakes. It's difficult sometimes, but you have to move on. You can't sit and think about it for too long. The truth is, you're really busy when you run your business, and you don't have time to necessarily reflect on all that. Just learn from them and keep going. I think for me what it really comes down to is being happy with my work. I'm not a shoe designer because I needed a job. I'm a shoe designer because it's my passion. And for me, being successful comes down to enjoying every day of my work, doing a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 10 that I adore. Ultimately, that's the real success, and I wouldn't trade that for anything else.